What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, it's our main event between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. This return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And 3 yards is all he's going to get. It's 2nd down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're going to face 3rd down. Third and long. They're going to throw. And it's incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down. We talked about it earlier. Brought a losing streak into the building with them. That is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative. And the best way to do that is to start fast. And, well, once again, they're not.
And they'll bring him down, but some nice damage done on that return.
I'm sure, Kate, that the coaches would prefer you not flirt with disaster on the return. There's no additional damage done, however, this time. Fortunately, get the ball back, and everyone could breathe just a little bit easier.
Now the first carry for Ncaa Judkins. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. Hits him on the end route. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's a Browns 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Intercepted.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. From the secondary, Greg Delpit on the tackle.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
63. Hey, 73.
Hurts now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
8 yards to go.
To the air on 3rd and long. It's everything he has under this one. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You know they're going to keep giving him looks, keep calling pass plays. You cannot survive a game without a completion, but the results so far, yeah, they've been a little bit rough.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Shotgun handoff here for Judkins. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Dallas Turner there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Looking slant route, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
Here we go.
Offense in the hurry up here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
85. Alert. 5 wide. Out.
From the red zone on first. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns go up 6-0 here in the first. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Schmidt tacks on that extra point. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
And here is Schmidt to send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. And just like that, he's on the board. Not a moment too soon, partner. They needed him to start connecting as soon as possible.
Kate, they've not disguised what they want to do. Passing game has been just really prevalent. The numbers have been called.
Yeah.
But finally, as you said, their first completion.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Hurts setting up to throw. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a one-point game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point.
Bill Riker is the kickoff for the Vikings.
Probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Allen setting up to throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
2nd down. Allen throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1st down throw for Allen. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Daryl Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Chased out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
1st down.
Judkins out the middle. And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Play action now, Allen. Buying some time right. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at 1st down here. The give now out of the shotgun. He's going to work it ahead for about 3. 2nd down coming up.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Now he starts from the 6. He found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up.